Hello, I'm Jason. Welcome to my anime review for Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters. And so this is a anime film directed by Hiroki Sashita and Kobu Shizuno. They have worked on many other Polygon Pictures productions with Knights of Sidonia, Blame, and Ajin, Demi-Human. And so if you're not really a fan of those 3D CG works and that animation style, you're probably not going to like this film, just to say it off right off the bat. Here definitely has that very same animation style. It's developing more and more as they continue to refine and really pick out the best parts of their style. And you definitely see here in Godzilla Planet of the Monsters with the action and all these set pieces that are done in this film. Blame was a really good animated film as well. And so, again, if you're not really a fan of the 3D CG work here, you're probably not going to like this film, though. Even though if you are a Godzilla fan, this is the 32nd film in the Godzilla franchise, the 30th film produced by Toho, and the first ever animated film in the franchise as well. It was released theatrically in Japan on November 17, 2017, and released worldwide on Netflix January 17, 2018. And the second part of this film, which is, sort of roughly translated as Godzilla Battle Mobile Breeding City, or Godzilla the City Mechanized for the Final Battle, is scheduled to release on May 2018, and it will feature Mecha Godzilla for the first appearance in 15 years. So I cannot wait for that here, because this film was pretty good. It's nothing really too outstanding, to say the least, but it is really good for a 3D CG work, and really seeing how much that style is being developed and how much it's sort of gaining notoriety within the fandom. Of course, Land of the Lustrous was a really acclaimed anime for many fans, especially now that since Amazon Prime is taking over for Amazon Strike, and so lots of people are now watching Land of the Lustrous and really seeing what 3D animated works can do. And so Polygon Pictures was the forefront of that, and really seeing it develop more with many other animated works as well. And so the whole story of Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, is that in the late summer of the 20th century, many other kaiju, lots of Easter eggs shown there, and mainly Godzilla, they reveal themselves to humanity, and in 2048, the humans admit defeat, and they go off to at least those who are selected by this sort of AI system, according to the plot description, at least I really remember this, they kind of breeze by through a montage. Here, they board a ship to go off to another planet. However, that doesn't really work out there since the planet is uninhabitable, and so they pretty much live in a space colony for over 20 years, at least in their time there, through time dilation. When they do return to Earth to confront Godzilla, it's been 20,000 years for the Earth, and so it's been that long since Godzilla has sort of taken over Earth and really claimed it for its own. And so the main character of this sort of trilogy of films, here, at least for part one anyway, is Haruo Sakaki. And so his main goal is to defeat Godzilla and sort of reclaim Earth for humanity. And so there's lots of other things that could go on, especially another character that is the main ally towards Haruo, and Metaphys, who is probably the most interesting character, since there does seem to be a bigger thing going on with his character and what his agenda really is for Godzilla. There's a very interesting moment between him and Godzilla, not really face-to-face sort of way, but in a longingly sort of way. You does see Godzilla in his peripheral view, and maybe there's something else going on there for his character arc. Perhaps this is written by Gen Urobuchi, who has written very popular and well-acclaimed works like Madoka Magica, one of my favorite anime of all time, and also Fate Zero as well, one of my favorite Fate series works. And so obviously, if you understand his sort of writing style, there definitely could be something else going on with the Godzilla trilogy that could come up either in part 2 or in part 3, and so I have to wait and see on all that there. Visually though, the action and the set pieces are really well done. Godzilla, the way he looks is very a combination of a sleek sort of look, but also rigid and a rugged sort of look as well. You see all the lines, all the wear and tear on his body, from all the nuclear strikes, all the other attacks that he's been taken for many millennia at this point now. And so you really get this very interesting look at the character of Godzilla just from the way he looks, because obviously Godzilla, through the many years, many decades that we've seen his movies, if you're a big fan of the Godzilla franchise, like I kind of am, I haven't really watched all the movies, I watched a good majority majority of them, at least. But still, the character of Godzilla is always portrayed through many different ways, either through his action, the way he looks, or many other things, the way that humans sort of present and sort of treat Godzilla here. And so Godzilla is sort of treated as a villain, as a big bad. And so I'm not sure if they're going to go with the nuanced sort of look where the humans are a lot more worse than Godzilla. They put the seeds there, at least, with the beginning of the film here, where they kill off the elderly and, most of the elderly, I should say. I'm not sure if they killed any kids in that ship there, but they killed off the elderly to sort of salvage their supplies. And so they definitely do have those hints that humanity is a lot worse than the kaiju. And so they have all that there. You have the action set pieces from Godzilla, and we don't have a monster fight so far, and so part 2 we could have that there with Mechagodzilla making an appearance so far, at least, as from confirmed for the only monsters that will show up here. As I said before, there are Easter eggs to some other potential monsters that could show up as well, and so I have to wait and see and all that there. But the other characters that were shown in the promotional pictures, Inuko Tani and Mulu Elu Galugu, they are pretty interesting supporting characters, to say the least. They aren't really that well fleshed out, and so maybe part 2 could flesh out their characters a bit more, but they're pretty one-note characters for the most part. For this whole movie in general, it's all about the animation style, the action set pieces, and some interesting things going on with Metafeast and also Haro being the main character, sort of their whole goal of defeating Godzilla. It's all about, sort of that set piece there of humans versus Godzilla. That's the whole purpose of this 90-minute picture here. There's nothing really else much going on, but there doesn't really need to be else much going on, since this is one of 3 Godzilla films, and we do have to get the pacing done right, and I think the pacing was really done right here in this film. And so for a rating for Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, gonna give this one a B rating. Pretty well done animation. I am a big fan of the Polygon Pictures animation style. If you want to know more about the production style of Polygon Pictures, I would suggest checking out the Canipa Effects video and article that he did on Anime News Network. I'll put the links in the description down below for that stuff there, because there are very interesting reads and watches to see the production style and the process that Polygon goes through in their works. And so it's pretty interesting stuff there. Also with the Godzilla, the way he's portrayed, very nice portrayal of Godzilla, very interesting portrayal as well. Very curious to see how that's developed in the future installments of this franchise here. And so cannot wait for all that, and very solid first film of 3 that will be coming out in May 2018 for the second part of 3. And so what did you think about Godzilla Planet of the Monsters? Are you looking forward to part 2? What other kaiju do you want to see in part 2? Pour your comments in the comment section down below. Also make sure to like, share, and subscribe as well. Thank you for watching my anime film review for Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. Hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.